and pale. "Sir," the boy gasped, "a pirate fleet. They ambushed the Fortuna. They took the cargo and burned the ship to the waterline. It is all gone." Marcus, the apprentice, wasted. "What did you do? Did you scream? Did you hunt down the pirates?" "That is what I wanted to do," Julian replied. "I felt a fire in my chest. I wanted to tear my hair out. I wanted to curse the gods. But then I remembered the teachings of a wise teacher I had met in Athens." Julian continued, "I walked into my garden. I sat on a stone bench and closed my eyes. I asked myself one question. Is this within my control? The pirates? No. The fire? No. The loss of the money? It had already happened. It was in the past. To scream at the past is like screaming at a stone for being hard. It changes nothing and only insults your throat." Julian looked at his apprentice. "Marcus, I realized that I had made a mistake long before the pirates attacked. My mistake was anchoring my happiness to something fragile, a wooden boat on a stormy sea. I had given my peace of mind to the ocean, and the ocean took it." "So," Marcus asked, confused, "you just ... accepted it?" "I did more than accept it," Julian said. "I embraced it. This is what we call amor fati, love your fate." Julian stood up and walked to the window. "I realized that the only thing the pirates had truly taken was wood, cloth, and gold. These are external things. They did not take my character. They did not take my ability to reason. They did not take my honesty or my fortitude. In fact, they gave me a gift." "A gift?" Marcus asked, incredulous. "They made you poor." "They gave me a test," Julian corrected. "Life is a wrestling match, Marcus. The gods do not send us easy opponents if they want us to be strong. The pirates were my sparring partners. By losing my wealth, I was forced to prove to myself that I could be happy with nothing. I went to the market the next day, not as a rich merchant, but as a laborer. I carried sacks of grain. I worked with my hands. And do you know what I found?"
"What?"
"I found that the sun still felt warm on my face. The water still tasted cool when I was thirsty. My wife still loved me. I realized that my happiness was a fortress inside my mind, and no pirate could storm those walls unless I opened the gates for them." And the story moves forward to the present day in the room. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the other room. A servant rushed in, looking terrified. He was holding the pieces of a rare, expensive vase that Julian loved, a vase from the Ming dynasty. "Master," the servant cried, trembling, "I was dusting, ... it slipped, ... I am so sorry. Please, punish me, but spare my family." Marcus, the apprentice, flinched. He knew how much that vase cost. He expected Julian to finally lose his temper. Instead, he looked at the shattered porcelain on the floor. He looked at the terrified servant. "Pick up the pieces," Julian said gently. "Sir," the servant stammered. "Pick up the pieces and throw them away. It was clay. It was brittle. By its very nature, it was destined to break eventually. Today just happened to be that day. But ... the cost," Marcus whispered. Julian turned to his apprentice. "Marcus, if I punish him, will the vase come back together?" "No." "If I scream, will the clay heal?" "No. All that will happen is that I will become a beast, and he will become fearful. I will lose my character over a piece of baked earth." Julian placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "Remember this. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. You fear losing your job. You fear poverty. You fear embarrassment. But the event itself is never as bad as the fear of it. The ship burns. The vase breaks. The body ages. This is nature. To fight it is madness. The only thing you own," Julian tapped his own chest, "is your judgment. If you decide that a broken vase is a tragedy, you will be miserable. If you decide it is just pottery returning to the earth, you will remain free." Marcus looked at the broken shards, and then at the calm face of his master. He finally understood. The wealth of the merchant wasn't in his ships or his vases. It was in the fact that no matter what the world did to him, whether it gave him gold or fire, he remained exactly the same man. He was the master of his own soul, and that was a